Aloha! Welcome to another episode of A Slice of Fried Gold. What? Come on!
I don't like where my seat is. I'm going to have to... Sorry.
That was a good intro!
It was!
You ruined it.
Do it again.
No. The moment's gone now. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, and if you're listening to us on Spotify, please do give us a 5-star review. With that being said, Ben, what the hell is that, man? That is a jazzed up van.
That's a jazzed up van selling conservatories. I could have ruined it even more. I could have stopped you halfway through your aloha. I at least waited for you to finish it before I started messing around with my chair.
Yes.
See? Thoughtful.
Oh, clearly.
Clearly.
Anyway, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm going to complain about commuting again, because that's what my life is anymore nowadays.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So, standard stuff.
Yeah.
I chose to live the other side of Ipswich to where I work.
Yeah.
So naturally, I get caught in all the traffic. It's fine. It's not a problem. I accept it. I expect it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Where I'm not okay with it is I now prescribe to the German way of driving.
Yeah.
Of when you're in traffic, mostly, when you're in, specifically when you're like in standstill traffic,
Yes.
don't change lanes.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you stick to your lane, and I'm pretty sure Brainiac proved that it doesn't actually get you through any faster.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm of the notion now of if I'm in heavy traffic, I just stick to my lane.
Yeah.
Now the reason I brought this up is because I want to complain about the people who pull in to my braking space. That is my space to brake.
Yeah.
That is not you. There's space for you to swing into my lane. Doubly so when I'm in the slower moving lane. There is something Schadenfreude-esque about when they pull into my braking space.
Yeah.
And I full well know it's the slower moving lane.
Yeah.
And I now pray that this lane doesn't move. I do not care if I'm late for work. You getting held up is more important to me in that moment. I do not care if I'm late for work. You have pulled into my braking space in the clearly slower moving lane.
Yeah.
I hope this lane never moves for eternity.
But I don't know what goes through their mind. Like, there's just because there's now a gap there doesn't mean that you are moving faster.
Yeah.
People are stupid.
Well, it's like, there's someone I work with, and he's like, stay in the left-hand lane, and then you get halfway over the bridge, and then go to the right-hand lane. I was like, that's not always the case.
Yeah, it's not always.
It's not always the case. And so, I think maybe people prescribe to that same thing of like, well, this is the point where normally that lane moves faster, so let me move now.
Right, okay.
And it's just, when they pull into my braking space, I'm like, I hope now there's a bigger crash. And I hope you're stuck here with me.
Yeah.
Suffering. So I can stare at you, and hopefully you can see my glaring eyes in your rearview mirror as I curse your family into fucking oblivion. Apparently I've got a lot of pent-up rage at the moment.
Apparently so.
Other than that, I don't have much really to report, because it's been a bit of a quiet week for me.
Oh dear, we're doomed this week.
I know. I'm trying to rack my brains on anything else, but no, it's been a quiet week.
That's fair.
So, Paddy, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Apart from, the usual stuff, nothing's really happened. We've had a moderately quieter week, because obviously, as you mentioned earlier, on Monday, it's bank holiday, and that is also half term.
It is, yes.
And it is also, Suffolk Show Week, and things like that, so we're that's the week that we're busy.
Everyone's waiting for them,
And it rolls in and ties into payday week.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of this is the lull before the storm, you know. But I did want to, because we've discussed briefly, this will help pad it out.
Okay.
Obviously, you finally watched the second season of Andor.
Yes.
So we can discuss that.
And I hope I kept you entertained with my running commentary.
It was hilarious. I almost wanted to stick it back on and just, like, go with your comments of what was like, because I watched it as it came out.
Uh-huh.
And so I finished it, and then it was like a week later,
Yeah.
you were then going, thoughts so far? And I'm like, yes, that happened, yeah. Like, I was just like racking my brain trying to remember bits and bobs.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, what did you think? Because we always say these things about prequels, and obviously Rogue One, we always say...
Oh, Rogue One is the perfect example of a prequel.
Yeah, it's an amazing prequel, but how do you feel about a prequel to a prequel?
Not good. Not positive.
Right, okay.
Once again, it's that whole thing that I can constantly complain about with prequels.
Yeah.
It loses the stakes. Because you know where, like, all these horrible things that they're being put through, they're going to survive. They're going to make it through. And this is why Rogue One was the perfect prequel, because it's not about the main characters from the original story. It's about completely different characters.
Leading up to that story.
Yes.
Yeah.
I once watched this YouTube video and it was talking about prequels, and he said the same thing. Wait, no, she said the same thing. Come on, Ben. Remember the video. Get with it. And she said
some non-dangly bits.
It's a lady who talks about literary tropes. Obviously, I'm going to be a fan.
Of course.
And she talks about the same sort of thing. And she says what your prequel needs to be is it needs to be, if you want to tie into the original story and have the characters from the original story appear, they should be your side characters, not your main characters.
Yeah.
They should appear on the side, and that's how you're like, oh my god, that's how it ties in, kind of thing. But they shouldn't be your main characters. And that's what Rogue One did.
Yeah.
You had Princess Leia and Darth Vader in it, but they were side characters.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you come to Andor. The characters are the main characters, and so it kind of...
there's one main character. Like, he is the main character.
Yeah.
There's lots of other side characters.
There's lots of other side characters, but to a degree, you don't really care about them. Yes, you do, but you don't. You know, because I discussed this with someone the other day, and he's like, well, the only two that you are guaranteed that you know are going to survive are Andor and Mothma.
Yeah.
I was like, granted, but at the same time, they're the two we care about.
Yeah.
Because all the others aren't in Rogue One.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. And it literally has the same issue that prequels do, yeah?
That being said... Yeah. I'm just going to go into my review and then we can...
Yeah.
Because this was 12 episodes?
It was 4 lots of 3. Quick maths.
Well done. Because I, of course, waited for it to all come out and they just binged it in one go. Episodes 1 through 8?
Yeah.
Bored. I was bored. Okay. Episodes 1 through 8 were dicking around.
Yeah.
Andor dicks around for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Or nearabouts. And then the person I was talking to, he was like, oh, I've been watching it, and it gets really good in the final 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And when I talked to him, I was like episode 6 or 7 or something at the time.
Okay.
And I was just sitting there, and I was like, this is getting really good. Pause. Oh, it's the final 3 episodes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I would have been happier if they'd just done the final 3 episodes as a mini TV movie.
Yeah.
And just done that.
Yeah,
I'd have been way happier.
Yeah.
Than what they did.
Well, it's funny that you should say that, because originally, obviously, with each 3 episodes, we had like a year's time jump.
Yes. That annoyed me as well.
Well, that was because they then realised that they did not have the time nor the funding to do each year as a series like they originally wanted to do. That's why we had 1 whole year as a first series, and then we had the time jumps in the second.
Yeah.
So I felt like although they did do that, I felt like when you had the end of the 3rd episode and then the jump to the next episode, I do feel like they referenced the time gap and kind of explained what had happened in between.
To a degree,
yes, but I thought it was quite well.
Yeah.
Like sometimes when you get these time jumps in movies or TV shows, and then they mention it's like, well, it's been 10 years, and you go, sorry, hold the phone. What? You know.
In that vein, though, I will say sometimes, a couple of times, I was like, well, but what about this plot thread? There was a couple of plot threads not answered
Yeah,
and
I
not
agree.
finished, and so the time jump just kind of was like, what? Why? We still, this is still important.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like episodes 1 through 8, Andor just dicks around, where it's more the side characters are the more important people.
Yeah.
Which I've just gone on about how the side characters are, the characters that aren't the ones from the other story are more important. So grand that they did though, but it was just boring.
Yeah, it didn't have as much compellingness.
No.
For a better word. As like even like the first season did. Like you had his stint in prison, like an Andy Serkis character and things like that. Like I think there was bits like that were done much better compared to the second series.
I just don't think there was much intrigue.
Yeah.
Like they were trying to sow intrigue. They were trying to be like, why are the Empire so interested in Gorman? Ooh.
Yeah.
But it just didn't grab me.
No, I agree. I did feel like the second series was not as good as the first. I did struggle with it as well. There was aspects I did enjoy, like Ben Mendelsohn. Mackles?
You nearly said my name, but carry on.
Yeah, but it's Mendelsohn, isn't it?
I don't know.
You know the guy who was in Rogue One, who was in Secret Invasion as well, the shapeshifter dude. Comment down below, tell me who it is, because I can't remember his name.
You have a phone?
Yeah, I know.
You're not driving.
You know who I mean.
Yeah, sure.
You don't, do you?
No.
Fucks.
I know Diego Luna. And that's it.
That guy.
Oh, Krennic!
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know his actor name.
Yeah, Ben Mendelsohn, wherever it was. Anyway, I like him. I thought he was very good.
Krennic is a good character.
Krennic is a good character. I enjoyed that. Diego Luna was good. Luna. He's always very good. I loved the introduction of K2SO.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought the character was amazing in Rogue One, and it was good to kind of see how they came together, as it were.
Yeah.
That corridor scene where he just was holding up the dead body. That was so cool.
Good. Well, again, that was in the final 3 episodes.
Yeah, I know. But
so people just watch the final 3.
That's all you need. Yeah, I do feel like there was a lot of dicking about. I feel like they were trying to, like you said, they started plot threads that then didn't follow through. I do feel like there was issues in that sense, but overall, I thought it was okay. I do think it's some of the better stuff that we've had out of Disney lately and Star Wars, but I don't think the second season was as good as the first.
Yeah,
it was a bit of a disappointment, unfortunately. It was so much so that I think it was wherever it was the second lot of 3. One of the episodes I fell asleep.
Oh, I fell asleep too. I think it was
when it was all the Gorman stuff, and they were just plodding around there.
Yeah, I think it was episode 4 or 5. I fell asleep.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't as compelling, I thought.
No.
And what's his face was obviously being pegged by his girlfriend. Just saying. Put it out there, people. It's blatantly freaking obvious that she's on top.
That was one of my comments, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was my comment. It was like, this is giving gay man who doesn't want to admit and come out to his mum, marrying a woman who's trying to use him for raising her stature in work.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
That was a loveless relationship.
That was.
And then...
right at the end it turned, didn't it?
Right at the turn, yeah. He's like, oh, I'm so sad. It's like, really?
I like the fact that she was in the same prison as what's his face.
That was
clever.
good.
I like the full circle bit there.
Yeah. Spoilers.
It's out now. It's been long enough. I've seen enough spoilers. My favourite meme, I forgot to, I don't know if I sent it to you or not.
I don't think you have.
But, was the bit where he holds the gun and he's like, who are you? And he says, whatever his name. What's his name? I can't remember the character's
Cyril.
name. Cyril, that's it. He goes, Cyril. He goes, Cyril who? And then it comes up with Anakin and Luke and Leia, and he goes, Cyril Skywalker.
Fair enough.
Oh my god. I love it when people do that. It's just so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Right, okay. we've padded enough.
Do you think?
I think so.
Okay.
Let's talk movie
Let's
now.
try.
So we've just been to see the new adaptation of Lilo and Stitch.
Yes.
Do you want to go first? Or shall
I'll
I
go first.
Right, Ben shall go first.
CGI on a whole was decent.
I thought so.
Apart from Pleakley.
Yeah.
Pleakley was cursed.
Yeah.
And I don't know why,
Yeah.
but Pleakley was cursed.
Yeah.
No, not good.
No, it wasn't.
No. What's even worse is it was made by the same guy who made the original.
Yeah. And he is the voice of Stitch.
And he's the voice of Stitch. And it was like, they completely missed the emotional beats of the original film.
Yeah.
Yes, they've tried to change the emotional beats slightly, but like, completely missed the emotional beats.
Yeah.
Some of the scenes were in different orders, and because they were in a different order, it didn't make as much sense as the original.
It didn't flow, did it?
It didn't flow. You know?
Yeah.
And it just, I also felt, considering this film is longer than the animated version.
Yeah, by like 10 minutes.
By
or
like
so.
10 minutes, this felt so rushed.
It did.
Like,
That first opening sequence was like, I was like, oh my god, this is all happening, kind of thing.
normally when they do these live action remakes, they're like, oh, we're doing this so we can really sit and absorb the emotion in the character.
We're going to make it 3 hours long.
And then this one was like, nope, we're going to add 10 minutes, try and add 20 minutes more storyline into 10 minutes, and we're just going to rush through it.
Yeah.
To the point where there was no pause. There was no break. It was line after 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 line.
Yeah.
And it was like, where's the emotional beats?
Yeah.
Because even the bits where they're trying to be emotional, it's like, sorry, we've not got time.
Yeah.
We've got to get on to the next scene.
Yeah. And scene! And next.
Go! You know?
Yeah.
It's like when they were trying to make it, it was that skit from fucking Lucy Ball, Lucy Beale, with the conveyor belt. And they're just splicing scenes together.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Just shoving something in your mouth.
Yeah.
down the bra. But yeah, not good. It just go watch the original. Way more emotional, way more heartfelt, way more just hits the emotional beats right.
Well,
you know?
We rewatched the original last night? Night before. And we were sitting there like, this is so funny, this is so emotional, music's good, like you're invested, blah, 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 blah. And then we watched that and I was just like, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah. You know, it's like, okay, yes, they've slightly, done what we've all asked when we've asked for not shot-for-shot remakes, because that's what Lion King was. Yep. Lion King was literally shot-for-shot remake.
Yep.
So they've slightly changed it up.
Yeah.
But they've changed it up in the wrong way.
Yeah.
I know that sounds like just petulant, constant complaining.
Yeah.
But like these people who created it, can they honestly look me in the eye and say that is a better product than what they originally made? I don't think they can. And if they can, they're delusional.
Yeah, they're lying.
Denial is a river in Egypt. It is not a better product. And that's the whole point of these remakes. Is to make a better... Well, it should be the point of the remakes, is to make a better product than the original.
Yeah.
I think personally part of it is just to sell on already existing IP, because Disney are running out of story ideas.
They are.
But they're trying to sell it as, this is a better product than the original. Well, give us a better product then.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Paddy, your thoughts?
My thoughts pretty much mirror yours. Like I said, as the movie finished, this should have been called the Nani movie, a Lilo and Stitch story. Because this movie very much focused more on Nani than they did on the relationship between Lilo and Stitch.
Yes.
I was more invested in Nani and her story than Lilo and Stitch's story.
Yes.
So I don't understand why they went through that route. I'm not 100% sure.
That's where I think they've probably tried to make this product better than the original, but they've done it at the detriment to the original story.
Yeah.
You know?
But
it's that, you know, that meme of the person like helping the child into the pool whilst the other child drowns.
Oh, yeah.
It's that. The other child drowning is the original story,
Yeah.
and then the child like they're helping into the pool is Nani.
Yeah.
You know, they're so focused on giving Nani a better story, which is not a problem.
Yeah.
They're forgetting the Lilo and Stitch story that the film is actually supposed to be about.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I agree. But it is just... It's annoying. It's upsetting, really. It's disappointing.
It is disappointing. And do you know what's even worse?
What?
I've just remembered my other story, but we'll save that for next week. I'll lock it in.
Right. But yeah, but it was just... it's well established that they cut out Captain Gargantua, or whatever he's called.
Captain Gantu.
Gantu, that's it.
You're welcome. Considering I have not rewatched it, I'm going to go home and rewatch it. You rewatch it before
Yeah,
the film. Shame.
We've just
Shame.
established in this episode that I cannot remember names.
True.
I'm not a name person. But then they added 2 extra characters.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah.
Like, why cut out that whole storyline and then create these 2 characters' storyline?
Because for the Nani show.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because they are more on Nani's
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. That's the whole point. It's
Yeah.
like, but then it almost didn't make sense because it not changes the ending from what the original is, because they've obviously got a plan for what they want to do with these.
Yeah.
Because they obviously hint at, sequels.
Yeah.
And things like that. But it is just disappointing. I can't see the reason why they would want to remake this movie, considering that even now the original is so beloved. Like, it's not like it's even. And don't get me wrong, it came out like 23 years ago. Came out in 2002.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, quick maths.
Yeah.
Again, Paddy on the case. But it's also not like it's The Lion King, where it came out in like 1993. You know what I mean?
94.
Okay, 94. But look, okay, leave me fuck alone, alright? Anyway, but you see what I mean? It's not like it's that kind of length.
Yeah.
It's still one of the newer ones.
Yes.
So why remake it now?
I'm gonna try and rationalise it for you.
Yeah. Be very careful for what you say.
Because so far, you're right, all the remakes they've been done have been 92 or previous.
Yeah.
Because Little Mermaid, I think, was 92.
Yeah.
No, Little Mermaid was 89. I'm thinking of Beauty and the Beast. But yeah, so Beauty and the Beast is before Lilo and Stitch, Beauty and the Beast was the most recent remake.
Okay.
So, they've been doing all, 90s and previous remakes.
Yes.
And they've been coming under constant fire for changing certain aspects of the character.
Yes.
Where they've been coming under constant fire. So, what I think they've done is they've gone, we keep coming under fire for changing certain aspects of the character.
Yeah.
We then have this IP where the aspect of the characters is already what we want it to be.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they've done it.
Very possibly.
Because that seems to be all that Disney cares about right now.
Well, yeah.
And that all seems to be what HBO cares about and what they all care about. Cough, cough, Harry Potter TV series. Cough, cough.
Yes.
So yeah, that's why I think they've done it.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you on that, but they should be making movies for the love of the story and not because.
All right, Walt Disney, calm down. He's dead, you know. That his ideal and his message is gone.
His name is on the board, Ben.
It's all about the profits now.
Yeah.
Not about making good stories. Come on, Walt. What were you thinking?
How very dare you?
Yes.
But yeah, but that is what you should be.
Yeah.
Fundamentally,
I completely agree.
you are making movies to entertain.
Yeah.
And we brushed, was it last week? The week before, we brushed on these, this thing that, movies are there as escapism. They're not there they always have like an underlying message and things like that, but the underlying message should be underlined, not in your face.
No, and it's all about the money. Like, a perfect example is they've already announced How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Oh, and 3 as well.
The first one's not even out yet.
Yeah.
No, they've teased How to Train Your Dragon 2 is going to come out in 2027.
Yeah, they've confirmed that they're doing that, but then they've already said that they might as well just do 3 as well.
Yeah.
Because they just know that it's going to be...
Well, that's the thing. They think it's going to make money, just because the animated series made money.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That's going to be an interesting watch. That's a couple of weeks away, actually.
I'm carefully optimistic for this. The reviews that have been coming out have been relatively positive.
Yeah.
Like, the reviews that have come out for Lilo and Stitch were not positive.
No.
Like, I didn't share it with you, but I logged into work.
Yeah.
And, of course, I hate that I have to say this, but we've had a system upgrade, and now our IT support group wants us to use Microsoft Edge.
Hey. Hey.
You know, and when I was like, but I use Chrome, and they're like, don't worry, Microsoft Edge is just a Chrome with a different skin on it. I was like, so let me use Chrome then.
Yeah.
If it's just Chrome with a different skin, let me use Chrome.
Is that because they can monitor your web browser?
I think so.
Okay. So when you're watching porn at work, use Chrome.
Yes. So anyway, Microsoft Edge, when you open it, it comes like the opening page is like all these different articles.
Yeah.
And today I opened it and it just Lilo and Stitch is a travesty, and I was like, oh
wow.
I was like, that is a strong fucking word.
Yeah. Travesty's big.
Travesty's big. Like, hate is a strong word.
Travesty is a big hate word.
And I was like, oh, that person did not like it then.
Yeah.
Whereas, How to Train Your Dragon 2, the reviews have been a bit more positive.
Yeah. I think that's because, Gerard Butler.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Paddy Pad. We're not at your house yet.
I live further away now. It's so much harder.
Well, what's even worse is I swear this road to that road, going that way is a lot shorter than coming this way.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm like, every time, I know it's coming up, but every time I'm like, where the fuck is it?
I'm like that when I'm like having my driving lessons, because we drive that way, and then we're coming back this way. I'm like, where is it? It should be here by now. Oh, there it is. Oh dear.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, but like doggies.
For a 6-year-old, okay acting. Wasn't great.
She was too squeaky. She was giving me a headache. Oh, she literally gave me a headache.
Yeah, but I mean, in the original Lilo and Stitch, Lilo screams.
Yeah. She
a couple
screams,
of times,
but she's not high pitched.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like, again, as well, like, David's character was cut quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like he had more input. But that was because I feel like they then created his mum's character as well.
Yeah.
But she was more of that person.
She was more caretaker.
Yeah, and he was just like the silly oaf.
The silly himbo.
Yeah. So, look, we made it.
Pad on pad.
Pad on pad.
Final thoughts. If you pull into my braking space, I will pray for a longer wait. It's simple. Fuck you.
Curse your family into a. Your future generations will be cursed. It's
simple. Fuck you.
It is.
It's simple as that.
It is. Andor season 2.
Meh. Watch the final 3 episodes. That's all you need.
And then watch Rogue One.
Yeah.
Lilo and Stitch. Watch the original.
Like, oh my god. Yes, it got a couple of laughs out of us, but
yeah, but even then, there was like too and far between.
It was probably like what, 2, maybe 3 laughs. I could probably count the amount of laughs on my hand.
I probably laughed about 5 times in an hour and 40 minutes. But with that being said, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell. If you're listening to us on Spotify, please do give us a 5-star review there. You can email us at sliceofriedgoldpod@gmail.com. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys. Bye.